HeyCo here. How you guys doing? Just wanted to bring you guys another quick video to talk to you guys about a few things that I thought you might find interesting. So, today I would like to talk to you guys about how I got in this business and why I'm still doing it, why I'm so enthusiastic about it. I just want to tell you guys a little something about me and how this all started. So, little something you guys should know that, when I was first when I my a day before I first got associated with this company, I didn't really know that much about CBD. I had heard some stories, I'm sure I heard the same stories a lot of other people have heard. About how it had helped with like seizures and a few other things that, I was like, oh, that doesn't really apply to me or my family. I don't really know anybody with those kind of issues. So I but I am a science freak and I love looking up and doing any kind of research, researching articles, finding out what's fact, what's fiction. So I had gotten just earlier that year, I had been dealing with my brother who was battling stage 4 colon cancer, who's cancer free now, which is unbelievable. He's already back to work. My dad, he gave his kidney when I was a young kid to his brother. He later got diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and then over the years, they basically have removed most of his digestive system. He's had half of his jaw removed from a tumor, which they had to remove part of his arm to fix that, and then they had to remove part of his leg to fix that. So, he's been a mess forever. And so, but because of all these things happening, and then because of what my brother has been going through early in the year, back in January, I had to get checked for potential colon cancer, and which they ended up finding something surprisingly in my esophagus. They found an inflammation in the very bottom of my esophagus. That's right, actually, it's right down by my stomach. Basically from acid reflux. I had a long time that I was always kind of not feeling good, but I could never really put my finger on it. And so I got this checked, and they came back and said, yes, we did find something. It's just a small inflammation in your esophagus. It's a precursor though to cancer that if it's left untreated, it can develop into that. But when it is treated and when you do everything right and make sure you change your lifestyle a little bit, they said it's really uncommon that people end up having it develop too bad as long as it gets treated. So I find out all this stuff, and then throughout the course of that year, I start seeing some stuff about the different things that CBD has been shown to help with, and there's all kinds of different organizations out there putting out all kinds of research and all kinds of data for people to be able to read and see for the public. And I started reading all these things, and that's when I also found out about projectcbd.org was sometime just before the business, and I started researching on there because that's a federally funded website, and they've got all kinds of stuff that the government's putting out for people to know about the topic. And I'm sitting there, and they literally have a list of all the different conditions. Actually, that's what I like to keep right here on my desk. That is actually there. Each one of those little thumbnails is a different condition that they have articles and articles of data and just information for people to see. So if it applies to you, you can go in and you can learn about it, because that's the best way to treat things is learn about it and learn the do's and the don'ts. Learn what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing to try to make it better. So from everything that was going on, and now it's affecting me, I started doing this research, and I kind of put two and two together, and I was like, man, maybe this stuff will help. And also right around that time, a friend of mine had made a post about this business, and so I started kind of feeling him out a little bit. I asked him a few questions, and I was just kind of, it's like, yeah, I'll get back to you. So during that time, I went and I started doing all kinds of research. I started looking into the company, how they're doing it, what they're doing, and everything I found, I was like, man, these guys sound incredible. Like, things that sound too good to be true, they make me feel almost worried, you know? So I was like, you know, I'm also somebody that understands that in order to really, really get something big in life, you really got to take a risk sometimes. So if you don't take any risks, I mean, there's really no reward. You have to do it sometimes. So I did some research. I looked into it. It was a real small amount of money to invest into the company to get my own thing going. And I was like, let me dip my toes in the water and see if this is all looks good, which I couldn't believe. Like after I got my initial startup package and I started dealing with everything, first of all, I noticed that it started to help me with my back. One of the other issues that I've suffered for the last like 8 years is from 3 ruptured discs in my back that I've had pain every minute of my life from. So I get these products in and I was like, well, I got to try these first before I start giving them to my family or anything. And almost immediately I start to notice, wow, the pain that I feel all the time feels less. And within just like a day or two, I was like, oh, wow, I don't really feel, because the pain was getting so bad, it was spreading down into my legs and my feet. Within a few days, I was like, oh man, I don't really feel any pain in my feet anymore. And then after maybe like a week or two, I was like, oh wow, the pain in my legs is starting to disappear. I was like, this stuff must be pretty awesome. And also, and then at that point too, I was like, I had to go to my dad and was like, Dad, you have to try this. You know, if all the things that I'm hearing about, I mean, it's already worked for my pain the way they told me that it was going to. I was like, if any of this other stuff works at all like what they're claiming, then you got to try this, you know. And sure enough, he tried it, and within a few days, he was like a whole new man. My dad has been taking it now for a while, and even just within the first like week or two of him starting to take it, I have not seen my dad like this. Like, I've never seen him with so much energy. He's never seen him look so healthy. And sure enough, he was able to start doing all kinds of stuff. So now I'm starting to feel better. I'm seeing it helping my dad, and that means the world to me. And so now, you know, that's when I started realizing, wow, these guys weren't lying. Like, these guys really have something special here that's helping a lot of people. And so then I started telling some of my coworkers about it. And then next thing, literally the first time they tried it, they're like, man, I think I feel better. So I was like, man, this stuff is incredible. So next thing I know, I'm telling everybody. And I'm watching all these people and then the next person, and then they're all trying it. And all these people start feeling so great from, I mean, just such a huge spectrum of different things that whatever their issue was. Like I said, this thing's covering it, but there's a lot of different things that they say that it can help with. So they actually you know, when you go in there, there's all the different information on all the different stuff, so you can also see what they're saying about what to do with it, or, you know, that's why you go into the links, you can definitely see how everything should pan out. So there's a lot of really cool information. So I'm telling all these people, watching it help them, and then I start doing all this research, and next thing I know, I'm seeing like, oh wow, they're saying that this works for any mammal. Like, well, hell, my dog's a mammal, and my dog was a crazy lunatic before. I don't know. So a lot of you that are watching this probably don't know me, but before I started giving my dog CBD, if he saw another dog, there was almost always an altercation. If the dog approached him at all, my dog would just lose it. And it was getting to the point where it was too hard to take him anywhere. I couldn't do anything with my dog. And so then I started giving some to my dog, and I was like, well, hell, I got to give this a try. It's helped me, and now I'm starting to see that it's helping with all these other things. So next thing I know, I start giving it to my dog, and I mean, he's just been like chilled out. He's like a totally normal dog now. And I've even had a few times that I got scared because he ran over to a dog, or a dog came out of nowhere and ran up to him. And I'm like, oh my God, like my dog's gonna freaking bite this dog or something. Nothing. He's had several instances where with other dogs where he's been approached by them or approached them and nothing. He's like a normal dog now, and he just listens better. He seems like, more normal. It's really the only way I can explain it. He doesn't always look like he's anxious and trying to run all over the place, and it's pretty awesome, the changes. That's why he's just laying right here next to me. He's always been a pretty good dog like that anyway, but it's really cool what it's doing for everybody around me. So as it's helping all these people, it's just making me that much more enthusiastic about it. And now more and more of my friends and family are starting to try it. It's helping them with all kinds of different stuff. And every time it does, I just get that much more enthusiastic about what I do. So, there's so many great reasons to really give these things a try. And, the risk is certainly worth it because there's so many good things that can come out of these products that, I've already put it all to the test. And man, everything we've got is just flawless. It is so cool what we are doing right now, and that is why I keep doing it. And that's what has been, made me motivated to start doing dinner parties where I have people come over so I can talk to multiple people. I go to businesses to talk to businesses. I talk to people online. I talk to strangers, friends, family. I talk to anybody that wants to talk, and all I really am trying to do is try to get you guys all the information that I've found. And so this way you guys can make your own decisions. It's your life. If you don't decide to make healthier decisions, if you don't decide that you can do something better with your life, well, then there's not much you can do. If you decide that you want to make those kind of changes, then there's a lot you can do. So I love to talk to those kind of people that do want to put their life in a better direction. So if you guys ever want to talk about anything, please feel free to talk to me. Just send me a message, call, text, wherever. I always try to get back to people as soon as possible because this stuff is incredible. This business is incredible. The founders of this business are incredible. All the people that I work with are just great people. I've been really impressed with everything. And since the day that I've been with this company, I'm not even joking. I started out just kind of like putting my toes in the water, and I was like, oh, wow, this is a lot better than I thought it would be. And then next thing I know, I find something else out. I'm like, wow, I've never heard of another company doing this before for their affiliates. And I mean, it's just they're constantly full of things, and they are so into helping people, and they are trying to make such a big impact on the world. There's really I just don't see that in a lot of other companies. They've got their own agenda or their own thing. I mean, these guys are really trying to do something because these things have helped them, so now they want it to help others. And I'm all day for that. That's how I am. I've seen how much it does for me, my family, my dog, everybody, my friends, everybody. And I want everybody else to feel great too, and at least have a chance. If nobody tells you guys about it, I meet people every day that don't know squat about CBD products or any of the products that we offer. And I just met somebody right before I made this video who thought, and they live in America, and they thought that these products would be illegal, and they were like, oh man, I would love to get these, but I can't because I live in this state and they don't know. Well, guess what? That's why it's awesome about these videos. I'm putting this information out so that at least to go look for the information, because I'm telling you right now that it is legal in all 50 states. So if you live anywhere in America, this is something that is available for you. Even no matter what you think about your state laws or anything, I'm telling you, it's been changed, and the country is finally on board with plants, not pills. And that's why a lot of these pharmaceutical companies are not loving CBD, but I'm also seeing that there's a lot of pharmaceutical companies that are, it's awful to say, but they're I don't know what the right word for this would be, but they're like pharmaceuticalizing CBD. They're trying to put chemicals and all kinds of crap that should not be. Our products literally just use the plant. That's all you need. I don't understand why other people are cheaping out and trying to put other stuff in their products, but that's for them to decide. You have our option where, once again, we're only using plant product. So that's why ours are the safest and they work so amazing. So there's really, I don't understand why anybody would make it any other way, but hey, that's for them. That's their company. And that also brings me to the point, too. There are now 61 companies that are hemp authority certified, which means there are 61 companies that are on board with trying to at least make sure that everything's regulated enough that you know what's in your product. If they don't have that hemp authority seal, you have no idea what is in that product. So definitely be careful of that. And I want to make sure everybody's making smart and good decisions. So hopefully, if any of the information I ever brings you helps, that means a lot to me. I hope you appreciate it. Please, if you ever can, leave in the comments how it's helped you or how I've helped you. I love to hear from that, and I want to keep bringing more and more information so you guys have everything that I've ever found. So, and everything that I have access to, I want to make sure you guys have access to. So, all right, you guys. Well, you guys have a good day. It's a little backstory on myself. Hopefully you got something out of it. If not, at least you know a little something more about me. This is who I am, what I'm doing. So if you guys ever want to talk about anything, I'm always open. I'm all open book. So, all right, you guys. Well, you have a good day, and everybody stay happy and healthy. Have a good one.